With sports betting now launched in 4 states and 3 more on the ways, Steve Maltepes is at the forefront of a betting revolution. Known as the Philly Godfather, Steve is, quite frankly, a legend in sports betting. A true American rag-to-riches story. The son of a Greek immigrant who at 8 years old was helping his father with hot dog sales on the streets of Philadelphia, later became one of the biggest gambling syndicates in the world on the East Coast and one of the most successful. If you listen to his numbers, you think he has a crystal ball. He's 11-0 this year on NFL sides picks. He was 14-2 last year in college bowl games, 17-3 in NFL games. He's called the last 2 Major League Baseball matchups before the season started for the World Series at 50-1 and 15-1 odds. Steve also called the presidential campaign. He also, and bet on it, he also called the last Super Bowl. One of the best quarterbacks in the world against a backup quarterback, and he put reportedly 6 figures on the amount. Steve, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I got to also admit, Steve also has had his hard times. Ended up a prison stint from marijuana possession, which later got overturned and was later expunged. You got to give that all for full disclosure, but that's part of the story of sports betting that is guiding now into the mainstream. You now are at the forefront of this multi-billion-dollar industry. You are in the captain's chair. You're Captain Kirk. Why do you win so much?
Well, we're able to identify value in the market. I mean, everyone has the analytics, the metrics these days, the offensive efficiency numbers, the drive pace numbers. There's so many statistics out there. We have connections offshore and in Las Vegas. We share a lot of information with other sports betting syndicates. And we do a lot of research, man. I'm on the computer 8 to 10 hours a day. It's a lot of hard work. You know, we read the market very well.
You've been cut off from a lot of sports bookies. You were cut off at Delaware Park. You were cut off from a lot of overseas betting houses for winning. I want to ask you specifically about the Super Bowl. Did you bet, from what a reported 6 figures? And also, how in the world did you have the guts to bet against the greatest quarterback probably of all time against the Philadelphia team that had a backup quarterback?
Yeah, well, going into the playoffs, I really felt Nick Foles was undervalued. I mean, he played the game against the Raiders in bad weather conditions, and he outperformed Derek Carr. Same thing against the Falcons. Wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour, outperformed Matt Ryan. Going into the championship game, I went on every radio station in the country, ESPN, and I actually predicted Nicky Foles would have one of his best games of his career. Now, obviously, I didn't expect him to win by that much, but the Vikings' numbers drop off significantly when they leave the Dome and they come to, you know, a different city. So their numbers drop off big time when they came to Philly. We knew Philadelphia had a better nucleus. The quarterbacks were about the same. Case Keenum was having a great year, but in the end, Philadelphia won the championship.
And all transparent. You have all of this documented on PhillyGodfather.com, which is your website. You can go on there and you can buy into your subscription service. You're talking to me. I've been in sports my entire life. I've never heard anybody talk sports like you, like a stockbroker. When you're talking about sports, it's all analytical to you. To you, it's I would assume that it's investing. What does the average recreational bettor do wrong?
He doesn't spend enough time researching the game. I mean, if he's going to go buy a house, you know, he does his comps on the house. He goes around, sees how good the schools are, the upgrades in the prop. He might spend 30 or 40 hours looking to buy a house. He might look at 20 houses. But come game day on a Sunday, you know, the recreational bettor hasn't done his homework, and he just bets on recency bias. You know, his home team, he thinks they looked great last week, but maybe his team last week played a subpar, you know, team. And this week, you know, they're favored, and he wants to bet with his heart, and he'll unload on the game, end up losing. So they really don't spend enough time. They love betting favorites. They love betting overs. They love scoring, and that's not how the NFL works.
How much do you put an emphasis on odds? Because if you have a betting house in Jersey, the odds are going to be skewed to the home team. They're all going to bet on the Giants or the Jets or whoever their home team is. So it's going to skew the odds because of the amount of money going. You saw that last year with the Las Vegas Knights because the betting houses were there. It almost broke a bunch of bookies significantly. How much emphasis do you put on the odds?
Well, you're going to have an East Coast bias and a West Coast bias. Obviously, the teams on the East Coast, the Eagles, the Giants, the Ravens, you know, their futures are going to be much lower because everyone's putting money on them in Atlantic City now that it's legal at the Meadowlands. And out west, teams like San Francisco, the Rams, their numbers are going to, you know, be different than they are, you know.
I want to ask you real quick. You don't have just a whole bunch of time, but you've been so good at predicting stuff. I want to ask you right now. Boston is a 4-1 odds of winning the World Series, and the New England Patriots about 6-1 right now, depending on which betting house you go to. Who wins the World Series and who wins the Super Bowl? Not to put you on the spot here.
Well, we got a predictive model that told us the Red Sox have a 52% chance of winning the World Series. And when you're getting 4-1 odds, that's positive expectation. So you got to put a small amount of money on the Red Sox.
You take that every time?
Every time. You got to make that bet every time. The Patriots, they're a positive expectation every year. They've been in the last 7 AFC championships, 9 of the last 11. You're getting plus 700, plus 600, depending on where you shop, offshore and in Vegas. It's hard to, it's hard not to take a nibble on the Patriots.
My dad's watching. Don't break his heart. Are my Dallas Cowboys going to do anything this year?
They got problems on their offensive line. Their center's hurt, and the center's the second most important person on the field behind the quarterback because he touches the ball every time. The issues with Elliott are far gone, but the Redskins' defense is great. Alex Smith doesn't turn the ball over. The Giants upgraded big time. Philadelphia Eagles are still going to be pretty solid. It's going to be hard for the Cowboys to even match their win totals.
That's terrible news for a Dallas fan. It's PhillyGodfather.com. You can go on and learn more about Steve. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
True
much.
pleasure to have you on.